Hi everyone, welcome back to this class. Today I'd like to continue a concept related to brand positioning. But I'd like to talk about brand value chain and brand resonance model. Last time we talked about what is a brand, and I emphasized that there are two perspectives to look at a brand. First is from internal managerial perspective. Think about yourself as a brand manager. You will want to build your brand as a company. And if you wanted to start up your own company, start up your own business, this is what you need to consider. We will use a brand value chain model to explain how do you, as a manager, build a brand. A secondary and also the ultimate most important perspective in branding strategy is from a consumer's perspective. And we needed to care about what remained in consumers' memory. So this is a consumer-based brand equity, the essence, the spirit of the whole concept of CBBE. And today we'll use a brand resonance model to explain this concept. There are three major concepts in brand value chain. First is the value stages. These are what the managers, when you establish your own business, you have to think about what are the stages to plan your brand strategic processes. So these are the pure manager perspective. And it is through these value stages that a brand gradually builds its strong brand association. Next, multipliers. These are the external factor that is uncontrollable by the brand managers. The brand manager just only what they need to do is monitor those external factors and leverage on it or avoid the damage to your own business. Third important concept refers to a structural assessment. This is where the brand manager needs to constantly monitor all your performances. So it involves internal financial report data, or externally the manager needs to research, conduct industrial-wise research and also consumer research to understand what's going on outside the firm. Now let's use the CITE Media Group as an example to explain all these related concepts. Brand value chain. So this refers to the overall structure of brand value chain. And you can see the upper part refers to the brand value stages. Start with marketing program investment, your 4P, the product, communication, trade, employee, hiring employees, and other related. Basically, the 4 Ps, or the traditional marketing 4P, or sometimes we call it 7 Ps, 7 Cs. They comes in variety of terminology. But these are the marketing programs that the managers internally need to create. Next stage, in the value stage, is the customer mindset. This refers to the result, the consequences of all your marketing efforts, and it remains in consumers' mind. Here is where your marketing, internal marketing process will link to the external brand equity, consumer brand equity. So we are talking about awareness, acceptance, attitude, attachment, activity, continual response, purchasing behavior. It's all from here. It's consumer's mindset. Finally, it leads to market performance. This refers to, of course, consumer buy your product and you increase your market share. So all the price that you offer that the market can see obviously, the consumer's price elasticity, the market share resulted in market shares, and your cost structure, profitability of the firm. Those are the consequences of your marketing program. And it can be also evaluated. And these are the tangible outcome of your company's performance. And finally, shareholder value. This refers to the overall conglomerate of your firm's related business, the overall performance. And it also has a long-term perspective. It's looking into the future, prepare for the future to establish a sustainable brand business model. So the top 4 white square processes refers to the brand's value stages. Next, the 3 green bubbles, green circles there, refers to the multipliers, which is usually external factors. So first, program quality multipliers, it will amplify your marketing program and leads to more brand awareness, brand favorite attitudes. And second, marketplace condition multipliers. This refers to the channel, the membership, the channel members, and even your competitors will influence your performance. And in this size, it will influence your overall financial performance. And also, consumers, is your target group growing or shrinking? Can you find new segments? And the external cultural factors belongs to the marketplace condition multipliers. Cultural branding is particularly important to use marketplace condition multipliers to emphasize the brand's value. The third but not least, investor sentiment multiplier. This refers to some long-term factor, industrial-wise long-term growth, potential possibility, new product introduction stage, or the risk associated with some new business startup. It refers to long-term, and it will influence, finally, will influence the shareholder value. So now let's take a look at each of the stage, and let's use CITIC Media Group as an example. Now let's use CITIC Media Holding Group as an example. And the group I think you are very familiar with. PC Home belongs to this group. And also they have some other sub-businesses. We will talk about that later. But let's take a look at their marketing program, particularly focusing on the digital content, digital platform business. CITIC Media Holding Group had regularly invested 20% of its sales to develop digital content. CITIC Publishing Group, they have the books, the hard copy books publisher, and it's a well-established group, media group. And they also have several famous magazines like PC Homes. But they now encounter this challenge to move all the hard copy content to develop digital content. And so they develop a variety of marketing programs to growth in the digital content industry. For example, they acquired Picnex, 匹克邦, in 2007. It's a merge and acquisition. Many of the brands utilize merge and acquisition to expand their business model instead of developing their business, developing their talents from within. And they also established Popo 原创网 in 2009. And this is a platform where authors can write, can publish their novels, their works on the platform, and then gradually establish their own writer status. And they also have this Style Me platform where to disseminate the concept of style, design, and everyday life style. Also, they have Pix Insight, where is more like a digital database, provides intelligent consumer insight, because all the consumers' behavior on the digital platform provides huge digital information related to the authors and the readers' behavior online. And it is very useful for future marketing planning. So Pix Insight rely on all these digital data to provide consumer intelligence, and it become part of City Media Group's business. So you can see City Media Group, the marketing program, the value not only coming from the established variety of digital platform for the creators and the consumers to exchange their creative ideas, but also they have this marketing research platform. It becomes a marketing research platform and provide insight for all those brands that operate on internet platform. So that's the marketing program investment from City Media Group. Next, let's look at their program quality multiplier. As I mentioned, City Media Group, they acquire Pixnex, 匹克邦. Acquisition is a ways to leverage on external talents and just acquire them, bring them into your company. And that is the very direct and powerful means to amplify the company's creativity. And this is an example. So all these merge and acquisition activity by a firm is to leveraging on the program quality multiplier. Next, let's take a look at the second stage of the value creation, customer mindsets. This is the result of City Media Group's outcome. They come up with variety of consumers, users, authors online. And they also rely on marketplace condition multiplier to finally lead to market performance. Let's take a look at the detail. POPO 原创网 work with 起点中文网 起点.com.tw. 起点中文网 is a China-based and it's a big Chinese language speaking platform which promote all the writing and the literature creation in Chinese language. So instead of developing digital contents from within the company, Citigroup leverage on external talents. This refers to the authors and the readers to enable the co-creation of digital contents. And PixInsight integrated the user's digital information Pixnest platform, including POPO and StyleMe, etc. All these users' digital information to provide clients the social media user insight. So those are the example of the marketplace and marketplace condition multiplier. Finally, let's look at the investor sentiment multiplier. This multiplier usually refers to this macroeconomic trend, technology trend, and also the risk associated with it. So the amplifier, it could be positively influence the firm's performance, or it could be negatively influence the firm. So let's take a look at the case of Citigroup. In this case, investor sentiment refers to there are positive trend and negative trend. First, the positive trend is the publisher industry multipliers. Because Chinese-speaking marketing become more and more important worldwide, it offers a huge potential that many readers would love to read Chinese content. And creative industry are also booming. And the writers, the novels, or any literature creativities, the creative industry, the publisher industry is also grows very fast in this direction. And therefore, the need for the digital content, particularly is the Chinese language content, is become a future trend. And it is estimated that there will be US dollar 11.7 billion. This is an 2001 estimate. So this is the positive trend that the Citigroup will continue to develop their business. On the other hand, there is the risk factor, which is the hard copy book market decline. In Taiwan, book market growth rate had been declining in the past few years. In 2015, it has shrunken from 30 billion NT dollar to about 19 billion Taiwanese dollar. It is a 40% reduction. So the hard copy publisher business is declining fast. And then the digital content is growing. However, how it will grow and how it will move smoothly to a growing process, a growing stage, is still uncertain. And so, combined with the two factors, it is a challenge for City Media Group to continue to grow. And so, but all these marketing efforts and relying on these amplifiers, all kinds of amplifiers to result in positive, sustainable business branding strategy is ultimately still needed to be evaluated by shareholder value. And we look into the City Media Holding Group's parent company, which is Tom.com. It is this Tom.com business conglomerate group include publishing, advertising, digital platform, social network, mobile internet, fintech, advanced data analytics. And these are all the promising and the growing business type of industry growing in the future. And it belongs to a Hong Kong-based holding company headed by Li Jiacheng. And all those in Asia are very familiar with Li Jiacheng, who is a good CEO and who has a vision for the future. So this City Media Group belongs to this conglomerate parent company. But let's take a look at this whole conglomerate company's current performance. The consolidated 6 months revenue ended in June 30, 2018 was 451 million Hong Kong dollar, which equivalent to US 57.5 million. And the company is still at loss of Hong Kong 36 million. So overall speaking, this digital platform industry still has not yet become a sustainable business model. It's still in the process of building it. But if we look at all the marketing programs that Citigroup and its related business perform, and also the consumer awareness, consumer attitude, those refers to a positive, promising future. So this is a case that a brand, although we look at the whole business value chain model, but the stages of each value chain creative process is in itself an important indicator of whether this business will be sustainable or not. The final financial performance usually will take time to show the sustainability. If you recall Amazon.com, when it started in 1996, 1990, around that time, the financial performance is still very negative. However, it already shows in the middle stages, particularly in the consumer mindset, there is positive consumer response to it. And every year, the consumer that use Amazon.com services is increasing. And so it shows a sustainable business model. And until nowadays, 20 years later, the Amazon has become a big conglomerate and is almost driving all the worldwide economic growth. So another lesson that we can learn from this context is the short-term financial performance, it doesn't imply the sustainability of a firm. We need to give the brand a long-term horizon to build a sustainable business model.